Hello my loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I did want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Audible. You guys know I'm obsessed with Audible. I love learning new things, I love gaining new knowledge, and currently I'm on a Dolores Cannon binge. I got all of her books that are on Audible and I'm listening to The Custodians right now, and it's absolutely phenomenal. She basically puts people into a deep hypnosis, asks them questions about the universe, and sees what comes up. And there's so many synchronicities that happen from all walks of life, from people around the world that aren't even connected in any way possible. And it is just fascinating to read or listen to, I should say. And it's just super convenient because I can listen to it while I'm getting ready or while I'm cooking or while I'm driving. And it's just amazing because you get to learn and multitask at the same time. Another amazing thing that Audible is doing right now is because of the fact that we have to social distance, we're spending more time at home, Audible opened up this thing called stories.audible.com. It is absolutely free and it's also ad-free, and you guys can listen and browse through a bunch of different titles and choose from a bunch of different things on that site. And they also have audible.com/sleep. And this is great if you guys like to meditate or even get a sound bath on there. So definitely go check it out. There's a bunch of free content that you guys can get on those two places. And if you guys want to go check out Audible, I highly recommend using my link, which is audible.com/gemgoddess, or text gemgoddess to 500500. You guys can head to my link audible.com/gemgoddess or text gemgoddess to 500500. I'll have that link down below as well. And again, huge shout out to Audible for sponsoring today's video. Without further ado, let's hop right into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading. This one is your November love life predictions. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can go ahead and scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. Then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your love life for November of 2020. So if you guys like to choose with crystals below the cards, let's pop some crystals on there right now. Love accents, you guys. I love them. So let's pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, so if you like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here, we have some angel aura quartz, and then we have some bismuth. And then, yeah, this bismuth is like fun. I don't even know how to rest it. You can rest it in all these different ways and angles. That looks like the bottom to me, but I guess it rests better like that. And then we also have some pyrite, and then we have some mystic stone, which is like peacock ore. And then we also have some fluorite, some rainbow fluorite over there. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then of course, once you're done choosing your pile, you can go ahead and scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card, and then you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. All right, so pile number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, your forecast for your love life of November. Let's get right into it. Welcome, pile number 1. Sometimes I feel like a weatherman when I'm doing these readings. I'm like, your November is gonna be real hot, you guys. We got a lot going on. Anyway, so what we have for you guys, we have the Lovers being reversed, then we have the Wheel of Fortune upright, we have the 4 of Emotions upright, we have the 9 of Emotions upright, then we also have the Devil being reversed. So let's get into what all of this is saying for your guys' love lives in November. Okay, so I want to first point out that I see this pile as a daydreaming type of pile. So whether you guys are single or in a relationship, I kind of see you guys daydreaming about love. I have a little crumb over there on that card. But this 4 of Emotions just looks like daydreaming to me. When I look at this, the cup is kind of like, you know, stenciled out, but it's not yet physical. And so what this is really pulling me to talk about is the fact that, you know, normally the cup, the Ace of Cups, would signify love, right? But it's in the 4 of Emotions where you can see that this person's kind of like daydreaming about this being surrounded and encompassed in this cup, which is being encompassed in love. So I really see that you guys are possibly daydreaming about what it would be like to be in love, or at least be really inspired by something. I feel like you guys, whether it's a relationship or not, I feel like you guys are trying to manifest feeling a heightened emotional state at the very least with this Four of Emotions. Maybe you guys are really trying to attract love. Maybe you guys are really trying to attract a certain partner. Or you're daydreaming a lot about what it might be like in the future. Or even if you guys are in a relationship, you might be daydreaming about like, ooh, wouldn't it be so nice if our future looked like this together, and this is how it unfolded. So I see November being a massive daydreaming month for you guys, where you guys are getting a lot figured out in your head about what you desire and what you want. This Lovers being reversed at first makes me feel like at the moment, whatever you guys are daydreaming about, it hasn't yet manifested for you guys, which is obviously, of course, why you're probably daydreaming about it. Sorry, I'm just like fixing my microphone over here. It just keeps like, there's this long wire and it's just like all over the place right now. So yeah, this Lovers is definitely making me feel like there's a part of you that feels like you haven't yet got what you want in terms of what you want in your love life, or what you want to be inspired about and things like that. And then with this Wheel of Fortune over here, I really see you guys are beginning to really rake in some good karma. You guys are really beginning to rake in some of those good feeling emotions. I feel like you guys are finally on the up and up of feeling like, ooh, I could have this and I can do this and I can da 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 da. So I do think the beginning of November is this like, finally things are turning around, if that makes sense. So finally things are going in a good direction, whereas it might have felt in the past like things were a little bit out of balance. Things might have been up in the air and you were just juggling a lot, and it kind of felt like life was a bit more stale. But now you guys are on the up and up. You guys are finally raking in the good, you know what I mean? So November is going to be quite Gucci in terms of your emotional well-being, but I do see lots of daydreaming again, like I said. So there hasn't been a ton of physical stuff happening yet until mid-November, but then with this Nine of Emotions coming up next, this is us attaining one of our wishes. So this could mean that we end up beginning to talk to somebody if we're single, or we're at least fulfilling up our emotional state a lot. We're really feeling ourselves, okay? You guys are going to at least get inspired by something and getting inspired to take some sort of action in order to create what you're desiring to create into your life, okay? So the Nine of Emotions is a beautiful card of kind of like this discovery. Like, I almost see that you guys are walking into a city of emeralds. Like, I don't know, this card totally reminds me of that, you know? It looks like she's on a flying carpet. It looks like she's on vacay. Maybe you guys are really gonna take a vacay for yourselves, much needed like getaway time, because for some reason this card is just like making me feel that. Or it could also be like doing a lot of like cleansing, like old cleansing, and feeling so rejuvenated. There's this rejuvenating energy in November for you guys. Like, this is like getting massages, getting pampered. Maybe you guys are gonna like change up your hair, get your nails done or something, or maybe you guys are like going shopping to buy some new outfits. Whatever the case may be, I really see that you guys are doing an upgrade for yourselves. This Nine of Emotions, total upgrade. That's exactly what I keep hearing, is this upgrade. Ooh, and I see jewelry in this. I feel like you guys might buy some jewelry in the month of November. These jewels right here that are hanging on this string just reminds me of kind of like pampering yourselves with something kind of a little bit more expensive. And I do think that that would be jewelry in this case for you guys. So definitely keep that in mind. This looks like you guys are just surrounded by this energetic upgrade. It could also be that you're going on a crystal binge and buying new crystals, because of course these are crystals. But yeah, this genie in a bottle type of vibe, I really think that you guys are going to be able to start manifesting a lot of your dreams in November. They are just like coming alive in November, you guys. It just feels like, again, that up and up energy, and the fact that you're doing a lot of daydreaming, a lot of manifesting, because daydreaming is manifesting. I really think that you're going to be bringing in this energy, and it's just on the beginnings. It's on the beginnings. It's on the beginning, you guys, is what I mean to say. It's on the beginning in the month of November. And then we do also have the Devil being reversed over here. So this is kind of reminding me of like, and it's so good that the Devil's reversed, you guys. This is like letting go of oppression and being able to finally expand yourself, letting go of dark thoughts, letting go of dark habits, negative mind frames that have kept you have held you back and stuff like that. And this is finally like using those things in your favor, in your favor. It's instead of being addicted to junk food, now we're addicted to being healthy, which is a lot better of an addiction than being addicted to junk food, you know what I mean? So I really think that you guys are on this like energetic upgrade, energetic up and up, because guess what? High vibe foods make you feel high vibe. I just had like a high vibe food before this, and normally I don't really eat before my readings, but like today I was like weirdly hungry. But I made myself a really high vibe breakfast and it was really healthy, and I feel so good because of it. So this devil being reversed over here, you guys, it's like this rejuvenation of energy and things like that. So it's like real Gucci over there. And it's instead of habits in a negative way, it's habits in a positive way. You know, like the habits are still there when we have the devil coming up, but instead we change them around to be positive habits. Now we're like a chronic positive thinker rather than a chronic negative thinker, if that makes sense. Then the next two cards that we have over here, we have Knight and Servant. Okay, so let's start off with the Knight. Loyalty, romance, and chivalry. A love of honor. So I really feel like you're attracting somebody. Someone might even come into your life in the month of November when we have this Knight card coming up, you guys. So I also feel so good with this shell right here. I found this in the ocean. Me and my friend were at the ocean. We found this shell together, and it's so big, and so I had to bring it in. And it just feeling such good vibes from it during this reading. I really like that I put it over there. So yes, this card, I really feel like there is someone coming into your life in the month of November, somebody that's going to be interested in you. Okay. And then we do also have the card here of Servant. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. I really think that you're going to have a lot of extra energy in the month of November. This just reminds me of having a lot of that extra energy. And I also feel like someone's going to really want to please you. Someone's going to really want to do something nice for you. And it could even be like a friend, or it could even be yourself really wanting to like bring in more of that loving feeling into your life. And therefore you're like really like keen on being like, oh my gosh, my friends, like, let's go out and let's like, you know, go have like massages together. Let's go get our nails done together. I really feel like you're doing something. It could also be going out for lunch, like brunch or something like that, because this is like a steaming bowl of something, right? And so this is like, you guys are really wanting to treat yourselves and get on that high vibe space. And I really feel like there's this essence around November of like treating yourself, but not to the detriment of your finances. This is like something that just really works in with where you're at. Okay. So maybe it's even having an at-home spa night, or bringing over friends and being like, okay, let's cook together. Let's just enjoy ourselves. But I really see you guys surrounded by this such positive high vibe energy in November, especially mid to end of November. All of a sudden it's just like really good. I also see the beginning of November being good as well, but wow, the end of November just gets denser and denser in that good energy. Okay, so our next three cards that we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So I was kind of feeling like a possible road trip or vacation in this Nine of Emotions card. And this is holiday time. This is the card of holiday time. So it could also be that maybe you're taking some extra time off of work or school or something like that to really, you know, have a staycation, maybe in your own home, or you might actually be traveling somewhere. So again, it is a general reading. I'm pointing out all the different possibilities. But if you guys do plan on traveling, I see this potential for a little holiday road trip. And I feel like you're going to feel really good about it. So it could also be that you go with someone. It could also be a solo journey, but somehow there's just this loving vibe that I get from this. And then we also, we have romantic feelings. Your romantic feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, I feel like that daydream, this is that giving me that daydream vibe again, that you guys are just daydreaming about what you do want to manifest and create into your life. And I really think that you guys it's just going to be so dreamlike in November. And again, this romantic feelings, the fact that we have Knight and romantic feelings, I think that you're going to really catch someone's eye, whether you realize it or not. I really feel like you're catching someone's eye here. And then we also have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So what I'm getting from this card, separation, it could be that, you know, if you guys are single, you know, you don't yet have that in your life quite yet. So you're not really on the road of like having something permanent coming in quite yet, although we do have this Knight, so I do feel like you're going to catch someone's eye, that's for sure. But this separation, it could mean that, you know, we're still getting over a breakup, we might still be healing from a breakup, or we're still noticing the fact that yes, we are single, but we're enjoying the singleness, you know, you're enjoying like, you know, and there could be someone that you're talking to, but you still have this single type of energy, but you're enjoying it. You're enjoying it. If you guys are in a relationship, it could be that you guys are really busy, but now you're manifesting this closeness to finally come back in. The next two cards that we have receptivity, allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to give. So this card looks like someone's doing something special for you. So it could be that you're receiving a gift, because we have a lot of cards here that just look like gift receiving from somebody. So somebody might do something really special for you. So look out for that in the month of November, okay? And then we also have wave of power, a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. So this is exactly kind of like what I was talking about for you guys. So it does seem like you guys are getting this upsurge of energy. This card specifically says upswing in energy, but with that Wheel of Fortune upright, it just really looks like you guys are just raking in that good feel energy. And I feel like you guys are going to be quite energetic in the month of November, and it's going to feel like this alive kind of feeling. You know what I mean? The next three cards that we have over here, we have Uranus. So unexpected things are coming your way, especially regarding love, since this is our November love reading. So Uranus is, it's the ruler of Aquarius, the ruler of the 11th house. So this is very humanitarian, it's worldly. I think you might start talking to somebody on social media. Somebody might be really interested in you on social media. It could also be that they haven't yet made themselves known to you yet, but there is definitely someone admiring you via social media, because Uranus is the ruler of social networking, social media, things like that. Neptune is as well, but Uranus is there just because of that Aquarius association. But with this, I also feel like, again, there's going to be some unexpected gifts coming your way, because Uranus is just all about that unexpected sort of energy as well, right? And then we also have the second house of owning, which deals with Taurus, and Uranus is in Taurus right now astrologically. So it could also be that you guys, again, you're receiving a gift, because the second house deals with material items. It's ruled by Taurus. And again, I think you guys are going to be indulging in nice food as well. And it just makes you feel like kind of good. And I really think that you guys are having a good diet, but I see you guys kind of like going out and celebrating. I think you guys might get asked out on a maybe coffee or dinner date, or at least go on those with your friends, and it's going to you're going to really share in that loving energy, at least with your friends at the very least. But I do see someone coming in for a lot of you guys. And it could be that they're just admiring you via social media. All of you guys will have an admirer, every single one of you. Again, it's a general reading, so I'm trying to reach all the different aspects of how it's going to play out for all of you. But all of you will have somebody admiring you via social media, okay? And it could go as far as them fully reaching out to you in November, or maybe just staying kind of, admiring you from afar. But the second house, I do feel like you're getting a nice gift from somebody. I feel like you're going to indulge in restaurants and things like that, or at least cooking or something along the lines of that, because it is, again, Taurus. But I do see you guys receiving a gift as well, so look out for that. And earth element of stability. So this is also us feeling grounded, us feeling safe, us feeling like we got our ish together. It's like we're building a foundation for our dreams as well, because again, we're doing a lot of daydreaming. We're finally manifesting the physical aspects of what we've been dreaming about for so long. So November is the month of, you're finally on the transition. Instead of always daydreaming about this type of vibe, it starts to finally begins the manifesting process. Why do I keep wanting to say begins? I don't even think that's a word, but it's fine. I just feel like saying it. So we're just gonna go with it. And then our next three cards, we have Dare to Dream. Ooh, again, we're getting a gift, and there's a huge jewel in here. So jewelry, guys, somehow jewelry is really sticking out to me. I don't know if you guys are thinking about buying some jewelry, or if somebody's thinking about buying you some jewelry. But guys, we got the little jewel in here, and the jewels in here are sticking out to me a lot. So I do think you guys are getting a gift. You're receiving something. You could also treat yourself, again, like I said, to something kind of physical. And I'm really seeing crystals and jewelry pretty prominently in this. So, cool. Then we also have the Weaver. So this is all about manifesting, just as we were talking about. This is, you guys daydreaming about something, and then finally it's becoming now physical reality. You're finally creating a physical piece of it. Like you're finally in the creation process. And then we also have versatility. So with this card to end us off, we also have Astro Dice that I'm going to do in just a second. But with this card, I really think that you guys are weaving something with somebody else. Like you guys are daydreaming about something, and I think it's coming into fruition, whether that just be a friendship, because I know some of you guys aren't interested in love, but you guys still watch these videos anyway. This could also be just a really tight-knit friendship. But for most of you, it's going to be manifesting that perfect partner, or at least manifesting what you want your life to be like with your current partner if you guys are in a relationship. Okay, and then some Astro Dice. Let's find out. Actually, I want to do this card, or this dice, 3 times to find out the top 3 zodiac signs that you guys need to watch out for this month. So we're just going to roll this one 3 times. I actually meant to take... Okay, so Pluto's going to be significant. I actually meant to take... So Pluto's here. I want to roll this dice 3 times because this is our actual zodiac signs, not the planets. Anyway. So we have Leo. Leo's going to be a prominent one that you guys need to look out for this month. So keep Leo in mind. We also have Gemini, Leo, Gemini. So you guys might be a Leo or a Gemini, or you guys are going to have to look out for any Leos or Geminis in your guys' lives. And then we also have Scorpio. That's Scorpio. So Leo, Gemini, and Scorpio are going to be very prominent in the month of November for you guys. So look out for those. Then we also have Pluto over here, and let's get a house number for us. And we have the 9th house. So Pluto, 9th house, Scorpio. So this is going real deep into, again, 9th house is social media once again, because it is ruled by Sagittarius, and this is kind of like long distance travel. So again, road trips might be a big thing for you guys. The 9th house also reminds me of social media, because to me, where social media, where you guys see it a lot in an astrological chart would be like the 11th house, the 9th house, and the 3rd house, in my opinion. So with this being here as well, I do think that, again, there's somebody admiring you via social media, and I do think that they're a secretive person. They haven't quite yet revealed themselves, because Pluto and Scorpio and the 9th house, someone is secretly admiring you from afar, and they have not yet made themselves apparent, because Scorpio is one that's kind of hidden. It's in the background, but it will come forth eventually. But somebody is probably admiring your social media. They're probably social media stalking you because they have some interest, okay? So there's somebody who definitely has some interest in you. And then with Pluto, I do think that they're eventually going to make themselves clear, but I do think it's going to take some more time. That is for sure, when we have all of that going on over there. So that is what I see for you guys. Pile number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! All right, so pile number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your love life in November. Let's hop right into it. Okay, pile number 2. We start off with the Justice being reversed, then we have the Sun upright, we have the 9 of Materials upright, we have the Tower being reversed, which is super Gucci, and then we also have the Fool upright. So lots of major arcana cards in here. We have 4 major arcanas and 1 minor arcana, so wow, you guys, lots of big energy happening in the month of November for you guys. So when we start off with the Justice being reversed, this is kind of like a little bit of a friction type of energy. I'm getting that November might start off with a little bit of a friction. I feel like there's something on your mind that you guys really want to come to the light of, because then we have the Sun being next. And so I feel like there's been something that's on your mind. When I see this card and it just looks like, you know, her face is just like, you know, opening up. I really think you guys want to open up about something and get something off your chest, and that's why we have the Sun, because it's like this beam out, okay? So I really feel like the beginning of November, you're gonna really want to speak something. There's something on your mind that wants to be spoken, okay? And I also feel like this could come out in different ways. It could also be that somebody else has something that they really want to tell you as well. So that could also be a thing, because if you're listening to this reading and you're like, I don't have anything that I want to say, it could also be that somebody else has something that they really want to tell you. And then with this 9 of Materials over here, this is kind of like really wanting some alone time, really wanting to get your own ish together. And the fact that we have 9 of Materials and the Fool, this is kind of like our desire to be alone. and our desire to want to build up our own foundation and not really focus on anyone else, because that's why we also have the Tower over here being reversed, because we kind of realize that if we jump into things too soon and we kind of just dive right in and we don't build a solid foundation first, whether that be for ourselves or with another person, everything just goes to shit, because you cannot build a building without a foundation. It's just going to blow over during the first storm, you know what I mean? You need that solid foundation in order for it to not become the Tower card, which is, you know, your tower's breaking down because you didn't build the proper foundation for it in the first place. So I really see that you guys are wanting to just kind of like come out of your shell, come out of your cocoon, and I feel like you guys are really desiring on focusing on your own energy, building up your own energy, being the light of your own world. I really see that you guys want to just like, there's such a big focus on your own light in November. The things that truly inspire you. And I really think that you guys are like this blooming flower, because we see this sun that's blooming. We have all these other blooming flowers over here, and this is kind of like a journey that we're taking. So I see that you guys, your love life prediction for November is a little bit more focused upon yourselves and cracking open the real you, becoming and finding the real you. And I think that meditation is going to be a huge thing, because when I look at the sun card, you know, she's meditating. I'm getting this huge vibe of this like quiet time sort of thing in the back of my head. Like it says quiet time. It says like own solo quiet time, because once you're in your own thoughts, once you're in your own energy, you can feel your own authenticity, because when we're constantly surrounded by other people, we get very much influenced by their energy, and some of that rubs off on us. And so we end up and we tend to make choices that are a little bit more dualistic rather than singular, and we kind of lose ourselves in the process. So being able to have alone time and being able to focus inwardly, we get to know our real selves. And so I feel like November for you guys is a little bit more of that energy. And then, yeah, that Nine of Materials, this is kind of like dreaming about what you want to do, what you want to create, what you desire. So this could also be talking about more about what you need in a relationship. If you guys are in a relationship, this could be kind of like taking some quiet time to really focus on, okay, what do I really need? And then being able to kind of come out of that and be like, okay, this is what I want and need in a relationship, and like, let's build this solid foundation and have like this fresh start. Let's have this fresh beginning. Let's build this proper foundation. And if you guys are single, this is kind of like, I'm going to build myself a foundation for me, and I'm going to go off and live that and create that. The next two cards that we have for you guys, here's the next two. We have the Priest and Shapeshifter. So the Priest facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Ooh, so I was talking about meditating before. I really think that you guys are going to go on a little bit of a spiritual binge. I think that you might fall in love with your spiritual side, and you're going to be wanting to focus a lot of energy on your spiritual self in the month of November, and that's why we have that Priest card. I really think that you guys are going to be focusing on your own divine connections and your own loving connections within. And then we also have the Shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. So again, this is about meditating. This is going through different levels of consciousness, different waves of consciousness. Are you guys on like a spiritual awakening right now? Because love is not coming up too strongly in this pile. This is so much like spiritual awakening type-ish. This type of love is inner self love, working on the inner self, different levels of consciousness, realizing, you know, the different planes of realms that your consciousness sits in, and kind of sifting through that, seeing what's there, getting to know yourself a little bit better, getting to know your needs, wants, and desires, so that you guys can go out and actually create that and have that solid foundation backing you up. Okay, and then our next three cards that we have, we have passion, we have worth waiting for, and we have religious factors. So passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, you guys. What are you passionate about? What really gets your attention? November is going to be about figuring out what makes you passionate, and how do we incorporate more of that so that you guys can really start to enjoy your love life. What really makes you passionate about somebody? And I think that you guys are going to be thinking about what your romantic partner would be like, or what you actually desire from your romantic partner. And then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So yes, things might be on pause right now in the month of November for you guys. Things might be not really moving too quickly in any direction right now, but that's fine. This is worth waiting for. The fact that we have this card coming up, this is letting you know that this is such in divine timing, because, you know, if you met someone prior to doing this inner work, it wouldn't be the same. I really think that you guys are changing and flipping this level of consciousness from reality to more of a dreamlike state, to actually begin to develop and then begin to manifest your dreams into this reality. Then we also have the card here of religious factors. Your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. So are you currently surrounded by people who don't believe the same things as you? Because if so, I really think that that's a major part in why your love life is going in this direction, because I really feel like you guys are really desiring someone that understands you on a spiritual level. And it feels like you guys just have not quite reached that yet. You've not quite found that yet. So I feel like you guys are going to really desire to be alone and to be single in November. I really think that you guys are going to really desire to be alone and single, because there's somebody that's worth waiting for, that's going to be on your level, and you're not going to have religious factors blocking out passion. Okay. And so our next two cards that we have telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. So you really want someone who understands you. I feel like currently you feel like no one really gets you on a deep level. And I think it's religious factors might get in the way, or people just don't understand where your mind is at. People don't understand your different levels of being and who you truly are. So I think you're waiting for someone who actually can mirror back your same qualities, and the fact that, you know, you have, like, we have priest and religious factors in the same reading. I really think that you guys have deep beliefs, and you want someone who also has that, who you can share that with. So that's going to be a huge thing. That's why we have this telepathy card coming up over here. And then I also think that as you guys begin to think about what you really desire, I think that there's also going to be someone out there who really thinks about what they desire, and you two are going to connect through that and begin to manifest each other in your guys' lives. Then we also have the crane bag, sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter, and choice. So this is about choosing what you really desire. Before I put this card down, I'm gonna let you guys look at it for a little bit. So I think that there's gonna be a big choice. Some of you guys who are in a relationship might have a big choice ahead of you about how you want to move forward in that relationship, because I think that there might be things that you wanna get off your chest, off of your mind, and it could deal with spirituality or different levels of consciousness. And then we do also have, you know, the sacred ocean medicine. This is thinking about, okay, what do I need to make myself feel worthy, whole, and complete, okay? And this is where we get that meditating from, things like that. And then the declutter, I really think that you guys are going to be wanting to minimalize, you know, what you have around you, or the amount of ish that you have going on. I feel like you guys are gonna want to really just focus on what matters to you. That's gonna be a big theme for November, focusing on what truly matters to you, rather than the extra clutter, okay? I'm gonna have a sip of water before moving on, because, whew, girl is thirsty. All right, our next three cards, we have the North Node, 7th house, and lunar eclipse. So the North Node, this is heading into where you're actually destined to go. I feel like you guys feel this calling. So North Node is when we internally feel a destiny. That's why we also have the sun coming up. This is you all of a sudden shining your own light and realizing that there's a path that you want to get to. That's why we have the Fool, because there's this light that almost looks like the sun that's shining over here, and she's like running to it. So this is you finally hearing like a calling, and you're like, okay, I'm really feeling like going in this certain direction, and I feel it strongly. And I think that that's what's going to cause you to realize that you need to declutter some of the things in your life. And shapeshifter, I feel like you're going to change up a lot of your reality in November, decluttering out things that no longer serve you. It could mean a breakup for some of you, because we do also have the Tower in here. We have declutter, and we have the shapeshifter, and this like religious factor type of thing, and worth waiting for. So it could be that you guys, some of you guys might be going through a breakup. Others of you are just really needing to get some stuff off of your chest to even out the playing field, and realize that you need to focus a little bit more on what you desire, rather than constantly needing to please somebody else. But then with this, North Node, life purpose, you guys are finally getting into alignment with your destiny in the month of November and where you really want to go. And I think that that also includes you realizing that you need someone who really gets you on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level. And then we also have 7th house of partners. This is thinking about, okay, what do you really need and the balance of it, because it's ruled by Libra, which is also the justice over here. So you guys are really wanting something that's a bit more fair and a bit more even and a bit more equal. And then we also have lunar eclipse of change, you guys. Lots is changing for you guys in November. So I really feel like you're shifting, you're realizing what you really want and that you don't want to people please anymore, that you just want to be you and be accepted for who you are. Then we also have the warrior, death, and the explorer. So the warrior, I really think that you're going to have to do some confrontation, some spontaneous confrontation in the month of November. But this is positive confrontation. I do want to point that out. It's not like negative, like arguments and stuff like that. This is positive confrontation that's happening in the month of November, just so you guys know. And then we also have the death cards. This is again going through lots of change. This is going through the shifts, major shifts coming, you guys. Don't need to go into that too much more because we've already kind of touched on what that is. Then we also have the explorer. I think that your eye is going to be keen on looking out for what you do want to create, where you do want to go in your life, and the direction that you're going to choose, the destinations that you want to reach, because I feel like you feel held back when you're just people pleasing, when you're surrounded by people that don't fully get you. This could also mean friendships as well. This could be certain friendships that they don't fully get you. Maybe they don't get you on a spiritual level. Maybe they don't understand what you really want in life. And so I feel like you guys are like, okay, I need to explore, I need to change, I need to shift. I need to cut away, because we have the sword here, we need to cut away the old things that no longer resonate. They just don't resonate anymore. It's time to explore what you do really want in life. So that's what I'm seeing there. I'm also going to roll this dice 3 times to get the 3 major zodiac signs that you need to look out for in the month of November for you guys. So we have, Leo. Pile number 1 had Leo coming out first as well. That's really interesting. So we have Leo over here. Leo's going to be a major one that you guys need to look out for. So you guys might be a Leo. Oh my God, we have Leo again. Leo twice, you guys. Leo is going to be a prominent energy. We also have the sun, which rules Leo, that is coming out over here. So that's very interesting. And let's see, Libra as well. So Libra and Leo, they're very similar signs actually. And then we have that 7th house, which is ruled by Libra. So in these cards, we have Libra, Libra, and Leo, which is exactly what we have going on in the zodiac little dice. So I'm going to roll these 2 to get any last zodiac information for you guys. So we have Libra, Saturn, and the 2nd house. So Saturn is what we're currently committed to, the way that we need to uphold ourselves within society. So Saturn and Libra would be like the ways that we properly need to hold ourselves up within society. But Libra is someone that really wants to just let their own light shine. And they're ready to put their foot down towards society and be like, we need to make some new laws, some new rules around here, because this is what I believe and I want that to be a thing. And the 2nd house over here is what we're really trying to manifest in our lives. The rules and restrictions that we want to put on ourselves about what we desire. What do I want? What do I want to invest my time in? Because the 2nd house is about investing. What are you wanting to invest your time and quality time in? What do you want in a partner? Things like that. So this is what I'm really seeing for you guys for the month of November for you guys' love lives. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so pile number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your love life reading for November of 2020. Let's get right into it. All right, so pile number 3, here's what we got for you guys. We start off with the 6 of voices being reversed, then we have the strength reversed, then we have the high priestess upright, then we have the 4 of voices upright, and then we have the 3 of materials upright. So let's talk about what's going on over here. First off, I want to say that with strength being reversed, this always means impatience, okay? And then this 4 of voices, when I'm looking at it, this 4 of swords over here, this is looking like thinking very hard about somebody. I really see that you guys have this almost like your vision is a bit clouded with somebody. I think you're really thinking about somebody a lot. I think that you guys might have a crush on somebody, or maybe you're even in a relationship with them, but I feel like you can't get somebody off of your mind. Those are the first feels. If it doesn't resonate, maybe this is not your pile, but I'm seeing that. And then with this High Priestess, I feel like you guys haven't really confronted this person or really talked to this person about the way that you feel. I feel like you're holding a lot back with this High Priestess, but I feel like you're doing it because you're like, oh, I don't want to like freak them out. But then with this Three of Materials, I'm also feeling like you're going to be chatting a lot with your friends about it. I'm going to get into that later because this is, of course, the last card in the tarot part of this reading. So I'm gonna start over here. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself right now, but I'm seeing lots going on right now, to say the least. So with the Six of Voices being reversed, I feel like there's something that you guys are desiring that you're having a hard time letting go of. I feel like you're kind of wrapped up into it. And it's getting to the point where it's a bit of a distraction for you. Then with the Strength card being reversed, I feel like there's this sense of impatience, like you really want to do something, you really want to create something, but you're not really sure how to go about it. And I also feel like there's somebody that you have your eye on, that you have your interests in, but you feel like it's not happening quick enough. But also I feel like you guys haven't really acted on it. I feel like you guys are kind of just like waiting here for something to happen, but it's not yet actualizing. It's not yet fully happening. But I do feel like there's somebody that you guys are really interested in. This could also be the other way around for some of you guys. So this could also mean that there is somebody that has their interests on you, but they have a really hard time coming forth to you. Okay, so it could also mean that as well. If you guys are listening to this reading and you're like, but I have a crush on nobody, there's somebody who also has their eye on you. So if it doesn't resonate, this is someone who also has their eyes on you. So what I'm seeing over here is that this person cannot stop thinking about you, or you cannot stop thinking about somebody. And then with this Three of Materials, I feel like eventually this information is going to finally come forth, because this is kind of about friendships. And the way that I really see this kind of playing out is I feel like someone's going to talk to one of your friends. This could go in two different directions. It's a general reading, so I'm going to offer two different sides here of the story. So if you guys resonate with the idea that you guys have a big crush on somebody, but you guys haven't yet revealed it, I really think that you're going to be asking your friends for some assistance on what to do in this situation. Like, should I tell them? What do I do? I don't know. And I think your friends are going to have a lot of advice to tell you about that. And I think that it's a time of like collaborative efforts with your friends, and maybe having your friends be your little wingman for a little bit. But I don't know, I'm kind of like seeing that in this Three of Materials card. This could also mean, like, if you don't have a crush on somebody and that just you don't understand that, this is someone who has a crush on you, and you're going to hear through one of your friends soon, near the end of November, since this is our last tarot card of the spread. This is around the end of November. Could also happen anytime in November. It's a general reading, but for the most of you, it's going to happen near the end of November. And you're going to hear word that somebody likes you and somebody has a crush on you, okay? So that's what we're going to be hearing in November for you guys, for your love lives. The next two cards that we have over here, we have Addict. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So if you guys have a crush on somebody and you really can't get them off your mind, I think it's going to become very prominent in November that it's a big distraction for you, okay? I think you're gonna finally realize, like, damn, like I can't focus on anything without thinking about this person. So this is finally needing to confront that energy. And I think the way of confronting it is kind of realizing that you need to get it off your chest. And so at least talking to your friends about it will help you ease the distraction a little bit, hearing what they have to say about it, things like that. So that's gonna be an important part of November. Ooh, and then we also have Storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. I think that you guys are daydreaming a lot about this person. And you're thinking a lot about, ooh, what could we be together? And da-da-da-da-da, how could this play out? So this is almost like thinking about all these different ways that it could play out. But I think that you guys are getting a little bit caught up in thinking about that a little bit too much. If it is the opposite way around, I really think that there's someone who has a really hard time getting you off their minds. And there's someone who is going to really want to tell you. This Storyteller is more like, I want to somehow tell them my feelings and express my feelings. So I really feel like someone's going to either express their feelings to you in this month, Or it could be you finally deciding you really want to tell them. Again, it could go both ways. It is a general reading, so you're gonna have to find out which one resonates with you the most. Oh my gosh, you guys. Our next card, we have Let Your Friends Help You. And I was just talking about that with the 3 of materials. And then there's 3 women, or no, there's actually 4 or 5 women in this card. Oh my gosh. But, okay. Wait, and then there's like a kid, and like, I think that's like a fairy. I think that's like Cupid over there or something. But anyway, let your friends help you play Cupid. I think your friends might try to set you up with somebody in the month of November. At least by the end of November, they might be telling you about someone that they know that really likes you. Or it could be that you go to your friends and you're like, okay, I really like this person. What do we do about it? And I feel like your friends are going to try to play Cupid for you. Then we also have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this is about finally expressing yourself and someone finally expressing themselves to you. So look out for that in November, you guys, because I feel like that is coming about. Then we also have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So I think that if you guys do end up, talking to your crush in the month of November, I feel like you're going to learn some stuff about them that you did not know or realize. I feel like you're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't even realize that they were all about this and all about that. I think you're going to see aspects of them that you've never seen before, because I think that you're going to talk to them a little bit more than you normally do. And if you have a secret admirer, and that finally comes out, and if it's that side of the spectrum of this story, I feel like this is all about keeping an open mind, because they might not be your usual type. The person that your friends are trying to hook you up with might not be your usual type. Ooh, and then we also have the card of transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present. So be honest with this person. If you have feelings, I feel like November's the month to kind of be transparent and let them out, as well as someone is going to finally be transparent with you and be like, okay, well, I've like really liked you this whole time. So like, hi. So, this is all about that transparency. Things are getting revealed in November. Ooh, and then we have reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. So what you're thinking about the most can actualize, it can take form. So if you're thinking a lot about talking to this person, I feel like you're finally going to get the opportunity to talk to them. If you're constantly thinking about texting them or getting to know them, I really feel like those things are going to finally manifest for you, and that's going to start to take place. Depending on how you handle it from there, though, will depend how the story unfolds. Then the next 3 cards that we have, you guys, we have Leo, I will, we have 5th house of creativity, we have 8th house of endings and beginnings. So with this Leo card, this is being the spotlight, someone is going to want to show off to you. Or this is about you stepping up that confidence and being like, I am going to get the confidence to finally talk to them. But this is somehow being in the spotlight. So you are in the spotlight of someone's eyes, as well as you are getting the courage to become in the spotlight yourselves. Then we also have the 5th house of creativity, which is the ruler of Leo. Wow, okay. Didn't think about that when I was first reading them out, but that's the ruler of Leo. So this is a very creative time. This is all about having a lot of this is a lot of attraction energy. There is a lot of attraction energy going on in November for you guys. This is feeling really like, oh my gosh. And also see you guys with these 2 different masks. So I see you guys kind of going through this up and down sort of energy of this like, oh, this person excites me so much, but like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to them. Or it could be like, oh my God, this person's so excited about you. And you'd be like, holy shit, there's someone that's interested in me. What the frick do I do with that information? Oh my God. It kind of seems like this roller coaster of emotions in the month of November. So keep an eye out for that, you guys. And then we also have this 8th house of endings and beginnings. So I feel like, you're closing one chapter, because once you finally, once someone tells you that they like you, that is the closing of the old chapter where they were just a secret admirer. Now they're a full-on admirer. And it could also be an ending and beginning for you, because you're like, okay, wait, I'm going through this death of my ego where I'm just like, I'm going to have to really put myself out there. I'm going to have to speak my truth. I'm going to have to be authentic. I'm going to have to let my transparency out. And I'm going to need to be transparent about my emotions. And oh my God, it's so different. So I really feel like you guys are going to be going through that. You guys, what? My goodness. Lots of energy. Wow. Getting the tingles by reading your guys' thing. We also have pyrite over here. It's funny you guys chose the crystal pyrite. And pyrite is all about confidence. So get some pyrite if you don't have any yet, because my gosh, does it ever help one be like confident and open and attracting that confident, open and energy as well. And then with this Ancestors card over here, I really feel like you're being guided right now. And I really think that somebody really sees and wants to get to know you deeply. This to me is someone really wants to get to know you deeply. They want to know your roots. They want to know where you've been from. This is someone wants to get to know you on a deep level, okay? Then we also have share wisdom. Ooh, talking, getting to know each other, share wisdom. This is exactly like the getting to know each other card. I think you're going to really get the opportunity to talk to somebody new, and you're going to go through a whole learning. Share wisdom is also like we're learning so much. We're going to notice where things backfire. We're going to notice where things go well, and we learn from that. Then we also have shadow, confronting your own shadow self. Where do you get really shy? Where do you close yourself off? Where do you get self-doubt? Because that will become very transparent in the month of November for you guys. And you're going to finally start realizing where you always cocoon yourself rather than setting yourself free. Because that's always limiting. When we ever cocoon, when we say no, and we get shy and we close ourselves off, that shows us where we're not yet ready to expand and manifest. So you're going to be confronting that and realizing how can I actually open up, and create a new reality. So we're going to do some astro dice now to get some more information. I'm going to roll this card, or let me say card, this dice 3 times to get our most prominent zodiac signs that you guys need to look out for in the month of November. So we have Libra, so look out for some Libra energy. It's funny, we keep getting the same signs through like most of the decks so far. I wonder if we're all kind of like attracting the same energy right now. But Libra, you guys might be a Libra, or you're going to notice a lot of Libra energy in your life, which is all about love, romance, partnerships, that kind of stuff, crushes, talking to a lot of people, getting that exciting energy going on. And then we also have Capricorn. So Capricorn is going to be another major influential energy. This is a lot of like stable energy. This is someone who might be a Capricorn, maybe you're a Capricorn yourself. A lot of dedication though, a lot of learning, a lot of mountain climbing. Ooh, and then we also have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is going to be another sign that you guys need to look out for in the month of November. So either you guys are a Sagittarius or someone is a Sagittarius coming into your life. And then let's roll these 2 to get any last information. We have the Sun. So again, this is the spotlight. This is all about Leo in the 5th house. That's the ruler of Leo in the 5th house, actually. And then we also have the 2nd house. 2nd house keeps coming up a lot too for everyone. So this is manifesting the physicality and coming out in the open, making it known, you know, being authentic, making it known. This is transparency. The sun, it illuminates the shadows. This is about illuminating your shadow, letting go of the shyness and being like, no, we're going to coat it in confidence. We're going to paint it in confidence. This is taking spontaneous action as well, taking spontaneous action to where your soul is calling you to go, to what you want to be illuminated, what you want to be known, what your soul is screaming to get off of its chest, you guys. And then with the 2nd house, this is creating that physicality, creating the reality that you desire. What you contemplate can actualize. Sagittarius is all about contemplation. What you contemplate can actualize. Okay, you guys? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, pile number 4. If you guys chose this one, this is going to be your reading all about your love life in November of 2020. Let's get started. All right, pile number 4, here's what we got for you guys. We have the Knight of Inspiration being reversed, then we have the Empress, then we have the 2 of Emotions being reversed, then we have the 10 of Inspiration being reversed, then we have the 6 of Inspiration being reversed. The Empress coming up, you guys, is such a fantastic card. I mean, a lot of these cards are fantastic, but let's talk about what's going on. So the Empress card being right side up, November is going to be a month of finally stepping up to the plate of knowing your worth. Getting it out there, making it known what you want and what you deserve is going to be very prominent in the month of November for you guys. This is also kind of like really realizing what you do deserve and kind of being like, I'm putting my foot down and I'm getting it. Otherwise that person ain't deserve me. Okay. So starting off with the Knight of Inspiration being reversed, this is kind of like us feeling a little bit of frustration. So it could be that we're entering the month of November being a little bit frustrated because we're like, there might be people stepping on your toes. There might be people not respecting you enough. There might be people who don't listen to what you need or what you want, or you kind of are finally just stepping up to the plate of realizing that you need to ask for it. So that's going to be kind of a prominent energy, I think, in the beginning of November. And then with the Two of Emotions being reversed, I really feel like there might be some sort of like, you guys aren't seeing eye to eye with someone. So this could be a friendship, it could be a romantic relationship, could be a family member even, things like that. But we're finally stepping up to the plate of being like, I know what I deserve now, and if you just don't see eye to eye, then it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. And then with that 10 of Inspiration, this is us finally like letting go of taking all the responsibility all the time. And like, you know, we are always responsible for our own emotions and for our own well-being, always. We're always responsible for that. But we're not responsible for the way other people feel constantly. We're not responsible for da-da-da-da-da. We're responsible for our own emotional well-being, and that is it, okay? And of course, yes, it still means being nice to people and things like that. It's just, yeah. Everyone's just responsible for themselves. We're all responsible for our own emotional states, okay? So this is you finally like letting go of the need to people please, letting go of the need to hold yourself back, letting go of the need to carry everyone else's burdens and things like that. And then with the Six of Inspiration being reversed as well, this is us kind of like realizing that we might not be getting the recognition that we deserve, feeling kind of like a little bit uninspired about someone or something. I feel like there's this kind of emotion where there could be some sort of friction happening or tension happening within an important relationship to you. And it's gonna need confrontation in the month of November. So let's move on to a couple other cards to get a little bit more insight on what's happening over here. So we have the Alchemist and Child Orphan. So with the Alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So this is kind of realizing that, okay, we've been through a lot. So the Alchemist here, we're taking what we've learned in previous relationships from our past, the things, experiences that we've been through, and we're transforming that into wisdom. What is happening outside? I'm hearing some clacking. There's a clacking going on. So I feel like you guys are going to be tinkering around in November. I'm going to take that clacking as tinkering. I feel like you guys are going to be tinkering around and realizing, okay, we're going to grow from this, we're going to learn from this, and we're now going to know our worth and what we deserve and what we desire and things like that. So I think that's going to be an important thing in the month of November. Then we also have Child of Orphan, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. So independence based on learning to go it alone. So I feel like you guys might have been worried in the past about being alone or going alone, but I think that there's something that's apparent that's not really working out. And I think that you guys are going to be like, okay, hold up. I think I need to finally let go and not be afraid of being alone. A lot of us are scared of like damaging relationships, which we shouldn't ever damage a relationship, but sometimes we're afraid of like letting go, I should use that word, letting go of a relationship because we're scared of being alone and we have a fear of being alone. So this is finally the month of November, conquering the fear of being alone and realizing that sometimes, you know what, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to let a relationship go that's just not getting it. Like a toxic relationship. If you guys have a toxic relationship around you, it's okay to let it go and be alone. And in that aloneness, we get to learn, we get to do that alchemy of realizing these past experiences, because when we're alone, we get to reflect on them and we're not constantly being bombarded and influenced by the other people that are around us. And so when we get to that really deep core of what's really going on, and we can understand the duality of why that relationship happened, the reasons why it happened, letting go of the victim mentality and using it to gain wisdom. Dang, you guys, is there ever such intense growth in that. Like, oh my gosh, I remember when I've been through these in relationships, it is the most intense and most valuable learning that I've personally ever been through. So, okay, kind of looks like you guys are going through a little bit of that as well in the month of November. And then with this Empress, it's like you guys finally just get to see her with, like, look at this card. She's like freaking like gorgeous. She has like this light that's beaming off of her. She's got this pink hair, which is kind of funny because I used this filter recently that made me look like I had pink hair on Instagram, and it was like really cool. That kind of reminds me of it. But anyway, it just looks like you guys, like, the confidence in this card is what's so beautiful about this card, because she's just like, her heart is beaming with light again, and she's ready to express what she desires, what she deserves. She's in control of her own solar system. And it looks like you guys are gaining control of your own solar system and realizing that you have everything that you need in yourself already. You ain't need no person. You know, it's nice to have relationships. It's really nice to have people, but when they're toxic and they don't uplift us and they instead bring us down, it's okay to let it go and be alone, because you have everything you need otherwise. You don't need another person there, especially if they're weighing you down. You know what I mean? So I think in November, it's going to be a month of kind of this wish-washy learning about trusting your gut and realizing that you know deep down inside what you need to do and where you need to go and that kind of stuff and how this needs to turn out. I feel like you know it deep down inside. And then we also have the next three cards. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So this coming up, there will be things that I feel like you need to work on, especially if it's like in a family member type thing scenario. If it's in a friendship, I feel like that you guys are going to be discussing a lot and trying to work out these certain imbalances that are happening. But I also feel like you're going to really need a lot of alone time in the month of November as well. But I think there's going to be a lot of discussions to kind of balance things out. Then we also have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning into your life. So this could be the reconciliation of healing a specific family member relationship, friendship, or love life relationship, and realizing that it's okay to let it go for a while and be alone. You don't need this person constantly around you. Be alone for a bit, but I think then by the end, I think that there's going to be this discussion. There might be this come together where you guys finally fully understand each other. And then we do also have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Pay attention to the red flags. Don't just forgive everything. Don't just hop back into, you know, this friendship or relationship just because, you know, you guys talked about it. Pay attention to the red flags from the past. Pay attention to them in the current moment. Realize that it's okay. Don't be scared of losing something, especially if it's a bad thing that's weighing you down, okay? Then our next two cards, we have the Selkie and her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. Be authentic with your emotions. November is going to be all about shedding your skin, letting your protection down, letting your authenticity show, because we're not scared anymore. We're not scared of losing anything. November is all about not being scared anymore. Then the unseen, too much is hidden from you. This is looking for the truth, and we can only ever find the truth when we're being authentic, right? That's the only way that we can see the truth. That's the only way we can understand the truth. That's the only way we can get the truth from another person, is when we're all being fully authentic. Then the next three cards that we have Taurus. This is coming up so much in every reading. I feel like Taurus and Leo are like the energies of like all these readings right now. But Taurus coming up. Taurus, let's not be stubborn. There could be some stubborn energy happening in the month of November, where, you know, people have the need to be right. There's this stubbornness within ourselves and within other people that we kind of need to confront and we need to face so we can break down those walls. We also have Capricorn. Capricorn's another kind of stubborn one. It's slow moving though. So I feel like this is a slow moving process that you guys are going through right now with this learning. But then this Capricorn is like, we're climbing that mountain, baby. We're getting to it. But again, it comes up with a bit of that kind of like stubborn kind of energy. The need to be right, the need to be very practical. But let's just really listen to our gut, as well as, you know, confronting the fact that maybe we have this stubborn need, or maybe other people around us are quite stubborn. Usually it goes both ways though. But then we also have the Mercury of mind. This is about what goes on in your mind, confronting your mental health, what your logic is telling you, what your reasoning is telling you. And then our next 3 cards, we have surrender. Ooh. Then we have trust. Ooh, and speak truth. Wow. So this is surrendering to the situation, allowing it to work itself out. I think, November is going to have to deal with a lot of surrendering. Again, when you guys get a reading, I do want to point out, I know I point this out a lot, but I think it's really important. When you guys get a reading, don't expect, just because you hear this, don't now expect this to happen. If it does happen, cool, then we have the knowledge and wherewithal to readings can help us guide us through those things. But you can also change this. This doesn't have to happen in November if you guys change your energy. This is just reading upon the current energies that are manifesting. But these situations, I don't want you guys to ever look at this reading and be like, oh, it's a bad reading, it's more negative. I will say, I've been through this sort of kind of scenario 3 times in my life, and I have learned so freaking much from it. I wouldn't take it back for the world. I would never be the person I am today without those 3 experiences that were kind of like this. So even this in itself isn't a bad reading, but I know sometimes people are hearing something where it's not like, oh, it's not going to be the most lovey-dovey month. This is still such an amazing thing to go through. It's like character building, you guys. We wouldn't learn otherwise. And trust me, the aftermath is amazing if you guys are open and willing to learn from it. And then we also have the card of trust over here. So I think you guys are going to be battling with your own internal maybe trust issues, but maybe there's a reason why you guys have trust issues. But also with trust only comes when we're speaking truth, when we're being authentic. Where did I read that? Oh yeah, authenticity right here. You can only ever find trust when you yourself are being fully authentic, because that inspires other people to be fully authentic with you too, because once they see you being vulnerable, other people feel comfortable being vulnerable because they see you being vulnerable. And then trust is dualistic there. We can then create that trust if we just surrender, we let our authenticity down, we speak our truth, then we gain the trust. So November is going to be all about that, you guys. I am going to roll this dice 3 times to get the most prominent zodiac signs that you guys need to look out for in the month of November. So let's see what they are. We have Scorpio. Ooh, this is all about trust and stuff and unveiling what's been beneath the veil this whole time. So that's very interesting. We have that as our first one to come out. We also, Scorpio again. Wow. Scorpio twice, you guys. Scorpio energy is prominent for you guys. That happened in another pile where we got 2 of the same. That is so weird. There's 12 signs on this dice and we get Scorpio twice. So lots of truth, unveiling the truth, authenticity, and you can feel when people aren't being authentic, so you might as well be authentic because everyone can feel it anyway. And then we have Taurus. Taurus, like I said, is coming up so much in these readings. I'm almost not even shocked. And so this is battling our teeter-totter of stubbornness, authenticity. Stubbornness, authenticity. Taurus likes to be stubborn, and of course it is the opposite sign of Scorpio. One is physical and one is more metaphysical, but the metaphysical Scorpio, it can feel everything anyway, whereas Taurus can sometimes be stubborn and want to stick to its ways, what it knows, where it feels safe and comfortable. But authenticity never happens when we feel safe and comfortable, which is why it's the opposite sign of Scorpio, which is all about okay, I won't feel that comfortable, but F it, I want to know the deep dark truth. I want to know everything that's underneath there. Whereas Taurus is more like, I don't need to know all of that. Because Taurus just wants to be comfortable. So let's roll these other 2 dice to get any last information. We have Neptune in the 7th house. So in relationships, you guys, don't just try to make it comfortable to become the fairy tale that you want it to be. We need fairness. We need realness. We need justice to the situation. We need authenticity. 7th house of Libra, we're putting down the law, you guys. We're not just being stuck in our fantasy, okay? We're coming out with the real. So that is what I see for you guys at pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Meow, pile number 5. Let's get into your guys' love life prediction for the month of November of 2020. Let's hop right into it. All right, pile number 5. Here's what we got for you guys. We start off with the moon being reversed, then we have the page of emotions being reversed, then we have the 9 of inspiration being reversed, then we have the ace of inspiration upright, and then the 5 of materials being reversed. So what's going on for you guys in the month of November? We start off with the moon, okay? So with this moon energy, this is us kind of navigating our shadow self. This is us kind of confronting things, walking into the unknown, stepping into the unknown. So there could be parts of yourself that's like, okay, we're stepping into like a whole new realm in November. Maybe you guys are wanting that reinvention sort of energy because it is next to the page of emotions. And this is when it is overturned, it's kind of like we might feel a little bit tired in the month of November. And so for your guys' love life, it could feel like we don't really know where it's going. With the moon being reversed, it's kind of like a guessing game a little bit. So for your guys' love life, it seems like there's this desire to know an answer or to have like a clear path, but it looks like the path isn't very clear yet. And I think it's not very clear yet because there's not that much energy going towards it. This is the tired sort of energy that I'm talking about. You're not really putting a ton of energy into it, therefore it's not really reaping the energy anywhere. Like the energy, it doesn't have anywhere to flow. It's like if you guys build like a river, but you don't put any water into it, and you're like, why isn't it going anywhere? Why can't I float down the river? Well, it's like, you gotta put the energy into it, you know what I mean? We can't just like be like, oh, well, like, there's all these paths, I'm willing and accepting love. But if we're not putting any energy towards it, it's like, it doesn't, where's the flow? And then we also have this 9 of inspiration being reversed. So this is kind of, we might have certain things from our past that are blocking us. We might have we might not be ready to open up yet. So there could be a part of yourself that's actually purposely blocking it out because we're not really ready to open up to love. If you guys are in a relationship, this is like, okay, maybe the relationship's at a bit of a stalemate right now because we are blocking out some love. We're not really accepting it. Somehow we're hurt from the past, or we're not really feeling super inspired right now, or we're not feeling super energetic right now. Therefore, it's not going anywhere. Okay? It's just at a bit of a stalemate. And then with this ace of inspiration being upright, all of a sudden, I think closer towards the end of November, I think around the 20th of the month, I feel like you guys are finally going to get this insight of like, oh, I see why it's not happening. I understand why it's not happening. And I feel like all of a sudden you guys are going to be like, I want to attract something. I think it would be kind of fun to have some love in my life. And I think you're also going to be looking back into the past and realizing that there might have been this super like picky choosy type of energy, or they could have been this like really closed off type of energy, or again just like not really putting any effort towards it. And I think in realizing this, I think you're going to see where your fears are, where you're holding yourself back a lot, and through that I think you're going to all of a sudden kind of like reignite some sort of flame within yourself to be like, okay, we can maybe start to then attract some more love. And then we do also have the 5 of materials being reversed. And so there is also an aspect of you guys that all of a sudden is going to desire to feel at home again and have that homey feeling of having somebody near you. I feel like by the end of November, you're going to really start to desire love again, because you're going to notice that maybe I feel a little bit alone right now, and maybe, you know what, I can be vulnerable. It does take vulnerability to fall in love, right? And to open up to a relationship. So I feel like you guys are going to finally be on that route of like, I'm going to start opening myself up again. I'm going to start doing that again, okay? And then our next 2 cards, we have Queen, and then we have King. So radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So awakening the masculine feminine energy, guys. I cannot believe we have King and Queen together. Like, there's so many cards in this deck. The fact that I blindly picked King and Queen for you guys, that's so weird. Anyway, this is the divine masculine feminine. This could also be confronting maybe this father-mother type energy. So maybe your own father and mother, realizing that there could be some certain shadow work that you need to do around that, because maybe you're holding yourself back from opening up into a relationship because there could be something that happened in your family. There could have been like maybe your parents got divorced, maybe they didn't have the best relationship, therefore you don't think that you can manifest a good relationship. So I think you guys are going to be confronting that. Wow. Someone is trying to start their car, and that did not sound good at first. I'm going to take that as a sign for you guys. Anytime we hear noises in these readings, I'm just going to take them as signs. And that is trying to start a car that did not want to start at first, but then it finally started. So this is you turning back on your love life. It's kind of like, nope. And then, okay, let's do it. Let's get back out there. Let's do it. So a little bit of that sort of energy. But yeah, the king and queen, I'm getting kind of like mother-father type of stuff where you guys might be focusing and realizing that there's certain areas of maybe what went on with your father and mother that make you want to hold back from a relationship. And then we also have enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. So again, getting mostly mother and father type of energy from these two, divine masculine and feminine, realizing you need to balance yourself out and that it's fine to have another person in your life. It is totally okay. And by the way, this is no matter what sexual orientation you are. I know it says king and queen, but it doesn't matter what sexual orientation you are. We both have masculine and feminine energy within us, so it's kind of just, it encompasses everything, just so you guys know. Then we also have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So this deception card, to me, this speaks more about your fears. I think you worry about being deceived, opening up and then being vulnerable to somebody and having it not turn out well. I think you are worried about that. I think that is why this card is coming up. I think if you don't fully know exactly what everything is going to look like, you're too scared to enter it. Because you're not in control. You're not in control of another person. And I think that that scares you. And then we also have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So I think that you're going to, this is heart-to-heart conversations, I think, with more of with yourself. Could also be with your family members, maybe with a lover, things like that. But I really think that you are going to finally be realizing where your fears hold you back from love. And then we also have you deserve love. You are lovable. And I think that this is you finally opening up yourself and finally being like, I'm going to set my eyes on something. I'm going to go catch me some fish. I mean that metaphorically, obviously. So I think you guys are finally going to open yourselves up in the month of November, okay, into you deserve love. And then we also have sisterhood, friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. I think one of the biggest realizations here is that if you can have good friendships, why can't you have a good romantic partnership? You know what I mean? Because we have friends that love us. They would never leave us. There's this loyalty there. You can manifest that into a relationship as well. You can have something like that in a relationship. And also let your friends help you. I think this is also like saying that in the month of November, I think that you're going to be around your friends and they're going to really help you kind of open up and see that you can manifest love again. You can do this. And then we have the mirror, know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. So this is about opening up to, yes, you might have had this go on in your past. Yes, you might have this fear now, and you might have developed this fear because of this and that and this and that. Being able to finally reflect on that and see who you really are and realize this is kind of, I see her really opening up. These flowers look like she's just finally opening up, and the water's very healing to me, is being able to see your reflection and reflect upon that, like the moon. Being able to finally see who you are, and in seeing who you are, you can finally begin to open up again and allow that vulnerability to take place. Because we can only ever fall in love when we're vulnerable, you guys. And then we also have these South Node life stats. This is working through your own past karma. The South Node is past karma. So I think in the month of November, you guys are going to be clearing out your past experience, past fears that you've gained because of past experience, things like that. Ooh, and then we have Libra, I balance. This is bring justice to them. So you could also have some very deep conversations of finally balancing out and justifying previous things, having like really deep conversations to help you kind of like find peace is what the word that I'm getting. Finding peace again is going to be really important in the month of November. And then we also have the Grand Cross of the Provoker. So Libra is also very flirty. I want to quickly say this is very flirty. And then this Grand Cross of Provoker, I feel like you guys are like I almost see this. This is almost like taking a stick and poking into the past and being like, I'm going to provoke the past to finally heal it. I'm going to awaken it again. I'm going to poke the beast in the closet to finally awaken it so that we can then face it and heal it. And then we don't have a beast in the closet anymore. Instead of it's a beautiful fairy, and maybe it's even Cupid, okay? And then our next 3 cards that we have boundaries. You guys, I feel like, have been an armadillo in the past where you guys have this really nice shell around you, but you don't really open up very easily, do you? So this is about breaking that down in the month of November and realizing where you have those boundaries and the fact that you can still keep boundaries to help you feel more safe and secure, but also be authentic. Be authentic, be open, but have boundaries. And then withdraw, being able to go inward and reflect. That's what that card is all about. And then the seeker. What do you desire? This is all about our self-confidence, the teeth over here. In dreams, whenever we lose teeth, it's because we don't feel confident. And we have a lack of self-worth. So the fact that we have teeth right here, this is building up your self-worth and realizing that you don't need to manifest someone that hurts you. You don't have to manifest those types of things. You have enough. This is building up your self-worth enough to where you know and trust that someone is going to love being with you. And once we know and trust that, we can open up a lot easier. So I'm going to roll this Astro dice 3 times to get the most prominent zodiac signs that you need to look out for this month, and then we'll roll the other ones to get a little bit more information upon that. So let's roll this and see what zodiac signs you guys need to look out for in November. We have Libra. We have a lot of Libra energy coming up. Wow. The amount of Libra energy. We have Libra right here. This is like coming up almost everywhere. Okay, so we have Libra for you guys. This is about relationships, flirting, getting through the fact, because Libra also deals with divorce as well, right? So maybe there was a divorce in your family that you guys need to get over, or some sort of bad breakup, or some sort of like, you know, needing to balance something out, needing to justify something from the past, trust issues, because Libra is all about our trust as well. And then we have Scorpio. Scorpio keeps coming up as well. Holy crap, you guys. We keep getting like the same signs for everyone. So Scorpio's digging, finding the truth behind something, doing that shadow work. So I highly recommend looking up shadow work if I were you guys. And then we have Scorpio again. Wow, we keep getting double signs for most piles. Interesting. So we have Libra, Scorpio, Scorpio. And then we're going to shuffle these ones to get any last info. 7th house and Pluto. Digging into your fears, where you hold yourself back, the illusions that you buy into around relationships, and bringing justice to that, unveiling the actual truth within that, realizing what your truth is and being able to decide that. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.